Hee gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling, featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Soundboard. As always, you can find us on most platforms that stream your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on the iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Links to all the platforms and the merchandise are available at ykwrestling.com. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Conrads and Conradettes. Welcome to Knock If You Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian T.C. Fontaine, joined by Mr. Wreak Havoc. And I'm going to pass the buck over to Mr. Wreak Havoc as he introduces our guest, as usual, because we have a special guest this afternoon, this evening, this morning, whenever you are listening. Let the people know, sir.
Yeah, man. So as y'all know, it's Black History Month. So we trying to get these black podcasts and collabs going. And this is a treat because we've been trying to make this collab happen for the longest time. We finally got it going on today. So shout out to my guy Ben from Public Enemies on the show. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yo, thank you, man. I've been watching and listening to what y'all been doing. Y'all been going crazy, man. Y'all one of my favorites.
Likewise, too, man. Like literally my favorite. Yeah. All right, who do the tweets, man?
I was about to ask that too. Yo.
It is me.
Listen.
Oh man,
one of my favorite pages to follow. Like literally, because that type of style, the meme style. I always tweet it like that, but like y'all, like specifically you take that to another level, and right. I'll be kind of jealous. Cause I'll be like, damn, I wish I thought about that.
Yo,
like, why not think about that? That's genius.
Right.
So like the way that I got the way that I became a part of the show was I was like a listener, a fan of the show, and I would apply some of the tweets and I retweet them and everything like that. And like Graham hit me up one day, like under one of my tweets that had done some numbers. I'm gonna let y'all in a secret. I don't like anything I tweet. I just put it out. But it was one of my tweets and I was really feeling it. He was like, yeah, he's like, what would it take for you to come over, and run the Twitter for us? And I was like, shit, I'd do that for free. And like he hit me up like maybe a week later, and he was like, "So you wanna go ahead and do that? I'll send you a password and everything. You want to be part of the team." So I was like, "Hell yeah, let's go ahead and run it." And I think maybe a few weeks later, they had asked me to come on for an episode. I think it was like predictions or something like that, and I didn't do any episodes for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks after that. And then Graham hit me up. He's like, what are you doing on Wednesdays? Like, you want to be, part of like the regular lineup? And I was like, yeah, let's go for it. And it's just been running like that ever since. Like, but in regards to like the social media, the Twitter side of it, this page that we had is like our second page because our first page got like
nuked. I remember that.
It got taken
Relatable.
down. Because I was on there, it was just like, I would just like tweet out videos. And I was like, when I would do that for my own page, if it had like got caught with a copyright, they just ask you like, hey, this has a copyright on it. You want to take it down, get rid of it, and we'll unlock your account. So I just thought that was a concept with like every Twitter. I didn't know they were like taking them down and keeping them down because like every time I had run into that, I delete the tweet, page back up. But when I went back on after the tweet got deleted, it was like, nah, bro, you ain't getting this back. Like this is over. And I was like really upset because I felt like I felt like we had put a lot of work into that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people know, like a lot of times for like podcasts and everything like that, like social media is your way to kind of like reach out to your audience, let them know what you're doing, what you got going on, and kind of keep the conversation going with them. So I was like, man, I was like, he had just gotten to 3,000 followers. I was like, this broke my heart. And I was like, Graham called me. He's like, yo, you good? And I was like, yo, man, I feel like I let the team down, man. I was like, I let Nas down. He was like, nah, bro. He was like, yo, we're good on it. And CJ was like, he was like, yo, man, we're gonna come back, we'll be bigger and better than ever. It's fine, the setup for a comeback and all that. And I was like, bruh, I don't want to hear that right now. I'm a pessimist, so I'm like,
Same.
it's never gonna get to the same that it was. It's never gonna be like that. Lo and behold, like we're sitting almost at 50,000 followers. The numbers for our weekly show have gone up and everything like that. So it's been that page, the reboot for it, because I think that's why a lot of people joined in because they thought we were something new, and like people are more like inclined to jump on like if they feel like you're new to you're new to the scene, and just happy that everything worked out. I've been really careful in the last like little while, but
Amen.
I'm really happy that our name's getting out there. I'm happy that you guys invited me on.
Yeah, man. We love the tweets. We love the show, the interviews. Like,
Nice.
I think a lot of people found out about y'all the infamous Big Swole interview. Like, that was probably the one that changed a lot about what we talked about on this show. So
right. Oh.
I feel like for that interview, like we kind of shook the frame a little bit. I don't know if it was in a good way or a bad way for us, but
I think it was a good way for everybody. I think it's a good way for the industry, low key. Like the results remain to be seen, down the line. Like we ain't gonna see the instant results, but I think like that really shook a lot. And we're gonna see what that's like. I won't elaborate further.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Swole, because when we reached
Swole.
out to her, she was so nice about it. Like sometimes you reach out to somebody and you kind of like, well, I call it when you reach out to them, you kind of like get their answering machine. Like if you like DM them, they'll give you like kind of the runaround or whatever. But with us, like it's very personal, very nice. When we set up the date, she was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We worked around whatever she had going on, and very, very pleasant to talk to. Shout out to Swole.
Hey, shout out to Big Swole. I'm gonna add her to the Young King's throne. We're gonna put her on the throne, shaking the wrestling core. Anybody do that? We gonna talk about people that shake cores a lot around here. But real quick, man, LeBron James, he gonna add it to the throne too. We're gonna put him on the throne as well. Had to do that. If y'all living under a rock or something for the past week or so, LeBron James officially has scored the most points in NBA regular season history. About a year or two ago, he actually surpassed most points ever. For some reason, they don't count that. I don't understand, but it is what it is. First, Oklahoma City Thunder, we lost the game as per usual. Yeah. They stopped the game in the middle of the game to honor LeBron passing up Kareem.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like literally like 10 seconds left in the quarter. That might have pissed the other squad off. Like they might have carried that momentum. Like
yeah.
Big
let the quarter end.
Right. That's what I said. Like it's 10 seconds left. But young King James on the Young King's throne. It's only right. And hold on, man. I missed the opportunity. Y'all. It's all bad. I wasn't ready. All right, I'm gonna run it back.
We could.
Young King James on the Young King's throne. It's about damn time.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
This man went out there, dropped an F-bomb on live television, bro. And nobody blinked. Nobody cared. They just let it run. Like I was like in shock as I saw it when it happened.
I knew he was gonna say something crazy too. I just wasn't ready for
it. Yeah, like
and the same person running the censor when Rick Ross was on TV.
Yo, big facts.
Same channel, same person running the censor.
Right.
Somebody get fired.
It's like, yo, he get the mic in his hand, you just go with it. Don't
Yo,
nobody win.
Like, bro, like Kareem, like, yo, man, y'all dragged a 75-year-old man out of bed to watch his ops break his record. I'd be throwing up in the front row too.
Man,
and
he was
especially
sick
the
too.
way
He was sitting there like, man, I can't believe this shit.
Right.
He really about to do it.
They pushed the camera in his face every time LeBron got like one score up. Like he would like go for a layup, like camera right in his face. I'm like, bro, I'm ready.
Caught that man sipping the vodka and cranberry.
Right.
Big thanks.
Shout out to Kareem too, though. And yeah, we watch wrestling all week long though on here. And you know, Reek been watching at 03. You still watching 03?
Yeah.
Where you at on it?
I took a pause this week, but I'm on I'm past Survivor Series, so like going into Armageddon 03 right now.
When
so
Evolution
they doing that.
all stood tall at the end of the show.
Yeah, they making they making those matches. So like Randy about to challenge RVD for the IC title. They getting ready to set up the triple threat, all that.
That's when Goldberg lost back to Triple H, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Goldberg's still the champion. Okay.
Yeah, but Kane was in the triple threat too.
Man, crazy work. I watched I seen you was watching Mania 38 like a week or two ago. So I went and fired that up. Like I legit haven't watched any of WrestleMania 38 since it happened. So went and ran that back. I forgot the TSU band played Bianca out.
Yeah, man.
Which I forgot that on our Blackest Moments at the end of the year. So retroactive Blackest Moment nominee of 2022 right there.
Facts. Niggas lost their mind when Corey Graves was like, yo, what the hell is going on?
I forgot he said
I'm
that.
like,
that shit had me hot when I watched it back.
I'm like, for me, I wasn't really like on his case like that because I'm like, yo, this is a white man from wherever he's from. He doesn't know anything.
That's why I was on his case, because you shut up. That's how I be feeling.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I guess he was catching strays because he'd done something else around that time. And people just like piling it on top of it. It was like, hey man, like, yo, you on probation and you saying this? Like, all right, bro. It's over for you.
Yeah, he was tripping. I forgot he said that, so I watched it back and I was like, damn, I forgot he said that shit. Like you done took away these kids' moment to do their thing on the biggest platform they probably done been on ever. Like you done took away the moment for Bianca.
That's wild.
Like this is not the first time they tried to water down something that she did. Like when they had like Sasha and Bianca Belair main eventing, was it 37?
Yeah, 37.
Yeah, 37. When they main evented 37, they did like the pre-show. They had JBL and I think they had like a couple of other people on there, and they were all just like saying like, oh, this is bigger than like being two black women on here. This is just history because it's two women main eventing and blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, let's just let them have their moments. Like right now, like
they're doing that right now with the Super Bowl.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask if you guys minded if I kind of gave up like kind of broke the broke the fourth wall on the date or whatever. But yeah, man, with Super Bowl, it was like that. It's like, yo, there's two black quarterbacks going up against each other for the first time as starters. And everybody's like, well, they're just two great quarterbacks. Can we go ahead and say that? They're two of the youngest quarterbacks to go up against each other as starters in the history of Super Bowl. Can we just say that? And I'm like, okay, they're two great black quarterbacks going up against each other for the first time. Throw that out there.
Like y'all can say that. I'm not going to.
Right. It say a lot of who get uncomfortable when you bring that up.
Nick Bosa, real uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. Nick Bosa said he wasn't watching the game. He said that.
No. He said.
I bet you aren't, bro. I bet you are not. You got Rihanna in the halftime show too. Yeah, there ain't no entertainment for him. Yeah, that man would have turned into Lawrence Taylor if he was playing.
I'm about to say that's 2 years in a row he's been punching air watching the Super Bowl.
Good.
Thanks. Hey, what's old boy Michael Irvin? We need more. Need more of that.
Facts.
I'm trying I want them to get Michael Irvin at WrestleMania or something, bro. Just something.
We need that. Him and Stephen A. Both together.
Oh man. Yes.
Give me what I want. Cut the check, Nick. What else I watched this? I didn't watch no other wrestling besides Mania. I watched the Bill Russell doc though that just came out. Shout out to Bill Russell, legendary. I'm gonna add him to the throne next week. There's too many people getting added to the throne today. Yeah. Bill Russell, I think, deserves to be added to the throne by himself. If you don't know who Bill Russell is, bro, that's your problem. That's your fault.
Yeah,
bro.
Might be the greatest black man ever, low key.
Might be. Like, Bill Russell would go out, win a championship for Boston, get home, find out that his house has been vandalized,
and then shit in his
he
bed.
would walk down. Yeah, bro. He would walk down the street just like bringing the championship to the city. And when he walked down the street, they call him all kinds of slurs and stuff like that. That's why after his contract and everything was up and he retired in Boston, he got out of the city. And you had people who were like, yo, yeah, people like, oh, well, he was never down for the city. He never loved Boston, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't have loved y'all anyway.
Right.
Like, look what I did for you.
Right. Keep it 100 here.
Yeah. So shout out to Bill Russell. RIP to the legend. And let's talk about this week in wrestling history, y'all. 2009, Christian made his return to WWE. To very little fanfare. Y'all remember when he showed up?
It was random as hell.
Even Todd Grisham was just like, "Oh, it's Christian."
Yeah.
Like nobody gave a fuck.
Todd, not too much on Todd, bro, because he was really reserved. He was really reserved. Like, you could that was who was with him? Matt Striker.
Yeah, Matt Striker.
Matt Striker was the one that Matt Striker would be the one that would get hyped and yell and stuff like that. And Matt Striker and Todd Grisham, I really love that pairing, but a lot of people didn't like Matt Striker because they were like, he would call like moves like by their original name. Like, he would see like
they would have loved him nowadays.
Yeah, they would have loved that, man. Like, he would call, like, he would be like, yo, man, Japanese wrestler does this, or they do this in Mexico or whatever. And they was still kind of like, bro, shut up.
Yeah.
Hey, now shout out to Todd Grisham, man. And
Matt say as much as y'all want now.
Facts. Y'all say a little too much. A lot of word salad sometimes. So what else happened this week in wrestling? 2012, Kaz Okada defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi to win his first IWGP heavyweight title. A little bit of Black history in 2015. Sasha Banks defeated the other four horsewomen, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Becky Lynch, to win her only NXT women's title at TakeOver Rival, I believe it was. 2016, Bryan Danielson / Daniel Bryan retired for medical reasons. Obviously, he came back. Obviously, he's still killing. Some more Black history. Yeah, shout out to my guy. More Black history in 2020. Nyla Rose wins the AEW Women's Championship.
Yo.
Shout
out to Nyla, man. Like she been like pressing through because I feel like she should have won it the first night. Yeah. Because I was at the show. I was at the show in Washington, and that crowd was hot as hell for that match. Like, that was the best match of the night. Like, Nyla versus Rio. And I was in the crowd, and you could hear people saying shit they had no business saying. And I know she heard it, but she tuned. Yo, facts. I know she heard it, but she tuned it out and just straight business.
Yeah, man.
Best wrestler tweets too, by the way.
Oh, that's listen.
100. 100.
If you can find me somebody better, nobody come to mind right now I could think of. I mean, it's some good, good folks on there, But not
everybody got their moments, but I'm like, yo, on a consistent basis,
Facts.
She not phased by hashtag you niggas.
No.
Speaking of, you got a peasant this week, right?
I'll get to it. Okay,
all right.
You already know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Let me get through this right quick. RIP to Hall of Famers Kurt Hennig and Pedro Morales, who passed away this week in 2003 and 2019, respectively. And we got some birthdays too. The Big Show Paul White had a birthday this past week. Hernandez. And then we had Impact Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock, WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, and late Hall of Famers in the WWE, Classy Freddie Blassie, Jim Neidhart, and the sensational Sherry Martel all had birthdays this past week. And this is the one we've been waiting for, Reek. We've been talking about this all week long. Not all week long, all year long so far.
Yeah.
This is a PSA because I want to send a happy birthday to soon-to-be Hall of Famer Victoria. And it's nothing official yet, but this is our official PSA. We need to see Victoria in the Hall of Fame. Because when you talk about the women's revolution, when you promote the women's revolution, you need to speak on Victoria too.
Right.
100.
She had all her moments as well. 2-time women's champ in WWE, 5-time champ in Impact Wrestling, plus a tag team championship. I'm gonna just run some receipts by y'all as far as the women's revolution goes. We like to talk about first. We're gonna talk about the first ever woman to compete in a steel cage match.
I just watched that on Raw Roulette on my 03 watch through.
We're gonna talk about the first woman to compete in a hardcore match for the women's championship on pay-per-view, Survivor Series. And we're gonna talk about the first ever women's hair versus hair match at WrestleMania. She was in that too.
And shout out to Molly, because she said I would cut my hair off just to get a match on the card.
Yeah, Molly proposed. Molly proposed the match because she was champ at the time, and she said, "Yo, this championship needs to be represented at Mania." Molly Holly's already in the Hall of Fame, so shout out to her. Yep. Trish Stratus, who Victoria beat in that hardcore match, is already in the Hall of Fame. Lita, who Victoria beat in that cage match, is already in the Hall of Fame. All right. Mind you, Victoria won all 3 of these first matches. Googleable. It is Googleable. Yep. And I feel like first hardcore match, first women's match, first hair versus hair. All of these are as important to the history of women's wrestling in WWE as anything else, in my opinion. So why is she not in the Hall of Fame yet? I feel like if you're going to SoCal for the WrestleMania and you're going to have a Hall of Fame ceremony, be in the SoCal, you got to have a SoCal resident, a SoCal native getting inducted too. This is a PSA for Impact Wrestling as well, because I seen her on TV last month, literally a month ago. She wrestled on Impact.
Back to it. Yep.
Slammiversary coming up in a few months. She not in y'all Hall of Fame either. I'm gonna need her in both.
There's no excuse for that. No excuse for that. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. She had the best women's program in 07. That list, the hit list when she went down, started knocking everybody off. She should have won the title that year. Mickey didn't need to hold it that all that time. But yeah, man. I've been on my soapbox about it since I got on this show, and it's been like 3 years now. So
since I started the show. Yeah, I told y'all how I used to play with Victoria SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, and then they stopped putting her in the game, which is bullshit.
Crazy.
I go back, like I remember Day of Reckoning.
Yeah,
like bro, Day of Reckoning, like that was like, yo, she was putting up numbers, man. Like that was the first like women's wrestler that I actually remember as a kid.
Yeah,
was Victoria, and I didn't really start watching until like I was like 10 years old. Just like I didn't start like really watching until like 06, 07. But yeah, man, like she definitely deserves that spot, and you can add some more women to that Hall of Fame spot this year too. They need to stop with this whole thing like only one woman can go into the Hall of Fame
one
each
tag
year.
team.
Like, bro,
there
you go. Like y'all literally make up the rules. It's not like a set rules that y'all gotta abide by. This is like literally your company. You can put more women in the Hall of Fame at once. Like I remember last year when who went in last year? Sharmell. When Sharmell went in, it was a whole lot of people hating. Oh, Sharmell she don't got the matches and the history behind her and everything like that to really
Coco
put her
Beware is in the Hall of Fame. I don't care how y'all feel about nobody else that should go in.
Bro,
Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And no offense to Coco Beware.
Hey, not too much on Coco, man. Not too much on Coco.
Yeah,
man.
no offense to Coco Beware.
Was like,
he cold.
Yo,
but listen,
that drop kick, man. That drop kick, like he was drop kicking motherfuckers like the life out of them, man. Like he was a territory god. Like, bro, before he got to WWE and they gave him the colors and they gave him the bird and everything like that. This man was like a serious killer. Like I feel like a lot of people like just talk about like the WWF side, like, yo, this man was a beast.
He was cold.
But I feel like a lot of times, like, people misplace their anger. You should be kind of angry, upset with the company that they didn't put whatever wrestler should be in the Hall of Fame this year. Like,
Drew Carey in the
not
Hall
like
of
taking
Fame,
it out
bro.
on Charmel. Like, yeah, like, bro, it's not even like there's no physical location. I hate to sound like
Scott
like
Steiner.
Owen Hart's wife, but like, yes, Scott Steiner, Owen Hart's wife. There's no physical location for it. It's not like the NFL Hall of Fame where you can go to a building, look at the plaques, look at the numbers and everything like that. There's no memorabilia there. I feel like if whenever someone does buy them, is if you've been watching wrestling for like however long since Vince came back, like, yeah, they're gonna sell the company, and whoever buys it, I think would be a very smart decision. Is go ahead and make a physical Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they should.
They got everything. They literally got everything to make a physical Hall of Fame with.
The more I think about it,
Got a whole warehouse full of shit.
Yeah. No, the more I think about it, that sale, that's gonna be some bad news for him. I mean, like, it more and more me. I feel like he knows some shit is coming. I'll get to that later. We can save some time for that later, but like, it's not looking good for my man.
You got something in the rumors?
Nah.
No, nothing in the rumors. Let's talk about the rumors anyway. The royal address of rumors is here.
Yeah.
And what we got, Reed? I got something this week too. I don't usually come up with rumors. That's your thing. That's your gimmick. But I got a little something too. If you don't got it on the list, so I'm gonna.
I only got like one or two little things. First off, everybody know Randy's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They've been questioning whether or not he can wrestle again because of his back. There's a good chance that we might see him in the next couple months, because and this ain't from like no dirt sheet, something like that. So the guy that makes the boots for a lot of wrestlers, his name's Jose Sands. He was answering some questions on Facebook stories, and he said he hasn't made them yet, but he said Randy reached out to him, emailed him about making some boots for him for his return. So that might mean Mania, that might mean after Mania.
Motherfuckers be talking too much, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. That's exactly what I was saying when I read it. I was like, yeah, I'm glad you gave us the information that that Randy's like on his way back to kind of like kind of clear people's emotions or whatever. Yeah, bro. You really costing yourself, like, yo, there's people see like, hey man, this guy can't keep a secret, this guy can't keep his mouth shut. They're gonna be more reluctant to like place an order with you. Like, that's the name of the game, is like, yo, if I'm telling you, if I've been out for like 6 months or however long Randy's been out, I feel like it's been a little longer than that, and I tell you like, hey bro, I need some boots. I don't need you going out here and posting it on Facebook stories, tweeting about it, making an Instagram live, a YouTube video, or anything about it. Like, bro, I'm paying you. I'm not only paying you because you do good work. I'm paying for you to keep this quiet. I'm trying to think of the word, but like, bro, I'm paying you for discretion. I'm paying you to like keep your mouth shut.
Right.
That's the problem with social media too, and I can get on a rant about that, but I'm gonna let Reek move.
I already know. The other thing, our weekly dose of Cap. And I just saw this before we got on. I wasn't even gonna have nothing but this one thing, but Tony Khan was on with Dan Lee Batard, and my guy says that when what's her name sent that email, that little cease and desist email over to WWE, telling them they got to stop, tampering with our contracted wrestlers. He is now swearing up and down that he had wrestlers coming to him and saying that WWE asked them to breach their contracts, to step out of their contracts so much like that they could switch sides.
Yeah,
I'm like, bruh, we're not serious, are we? He said I can't confirm it, but wrestlers have come to me and said that people within WWE came up to them and asked them to break their contracts. Like, and I can't help but think of this story, and I tweeted it too. I can't help but think of this story. Yeah, I remember back when Trump was in office, And it was like after he won, they told him to take the call when the president of Taiwan. And didn't nobody tell this motherfucker that Taiwan is a part of China and they run on the one what's it called, a president system. So you didn't have a president in Taiwan, but nobody told this dude that. Like that's what we got right here. Like the motherfuckers band together and was like, "Yo, let's tell some shit to Tony real quick and get him started." Because he don't give up with anything.
That motherfucker
I'll be
Hall of
real
Fame
with
too,
you.
by the way.
Like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you for a second. When that news broke, I was sitting there, I was dunking on this man. I was like, this dumb motherfucker don't know Taiwan don't got a president. And then I was thinking about it in the back of my head. I was like,
I didn't know that.
I really didn't know that shit
either.
either.
I had no idea.
I was like, bro, I had no clue, but I'm not gonna admit it right now.
Right.
Facts. I need these retweets first, man. I need to get these jokes off.
Yo, facts, bro. Facts. But for the Tony Khan thing, I'm like, I do believe that, they was making calls and like I don't really think like it was like set in stone. And I think it was just like conversation like, yo, man, how you liking it over there? You good over there, they taking care of you, which isn't really tampering, but it's like you're walking the line of it. Like you could be like, hey man, look, if you drop a line, be like, hey, if things start getting shaky over there, give me a call. I'll set you up over here. That's not really like a contract offer. That's more of like, yo, I know you from when we worked previously, and you just kind of throwing it out there. Now, if he is like right with them, they're saying like, hey, why don't you break your contract, come back over here? I think they probably were aggressive with some of like their favorites, like with Adam Cole. I think they might have got a little aggressive with him, just been like, hey man, come back over here. We miss you. We'll set you up. There's there's new power over here. You're not gonna be treated the same. And because Adam Cole was like one of the favorites, but I think like with some of these like lesser talents, I think it might have been like, hey, if you ever want to come back over here, there's always a spot open for you.
Facts. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe that too. You only had them two things?
Yeah, that was it.
I got a couple things too, man. Y'all seen the stuff about King this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jerome Lawler, what to say? This is what his third time that he buried death in the last decade.
So y'all gonna have to take.
He don't do no jobs. He literally don't do no jobs because I had to go look. This a man that cheats death this much. I had to go look at his record because it's Googleable. I had to go look at his record for the last 3 years. The last 3 years, this man has wrestled over 20 matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many think he lost?
Probably none.
3.
Wow.
He's won 17 out of at least 20 matches in the last 3 years. As fuck. That's how old he is.
That's petty.
Yo, as fuck.
That's petty.
But for King, like, yeah, man, like I saw that
had a stroke.
Kind of like, yeah, man. This is like the third or fourth time. I remember when he had the heart attack on Raw, and like, yeah, man, like they literally they had to take him out of there while they were still doing the match, and like
you just hear shit go silent just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, where the commentary go?
Nothing. Exactly.
Yeah, and like for him to go out there again and have the stroke, it's kind of like, yo, this man he just can't be God. Like, yo, he just be juking.
Tell you, we're gonna have to cross him off the Deadpool list, man.
Right. I'll believe it when I see it. Because right now you can't predict that.
Him and Rick both just like got
Rick
some cheat codes I ain't never seen before.
It must be something to being a terrible person in life. Like you get the key to life. It's crazy. I low-key need that. I can't be a terrible person. That's the bad part about it.
Rick was doing that early on. Like, bro, how do you survive a plane crash? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
And still get to wrestle for another however many years.
I want to say a plane crash that majority of people didn't survive.
You wrestling 50 years after that? That's crazy. Everybody else done got paralyzed or died in that motherfucker. You still wrestling. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Crazy shit.
I mean, I don't want to say shout out to Jerry the King Lawler, but shout out to Jerome.
Hey man.
Shout out
Dead
to
clock
him.
is right twice a day.
Yeah, true. Big facts. And then I seen another thing reportedly, which means I take it with a grain of salt. WWE has begun filming new parody trailers for WrestleMania, very similar to the ones from WrestleMania 21.
I need it.
Apparently, reportedly, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Brawling Brutes, and Street Profits are involved. Maybe more people. So what I want to know, man, you know how I like to flip things. What movies do you think should get parodied this year, and who should star in the promos? I'm gonna start with one I seen on Twitter. Somebody suggested Street Profits and Friday. I don't know how you will make that work for a PG audience, but you can find a way to make it work.
Hey. Who'd you say was involved in it? You said Street Profits,
The Miz, Drew Mac, Sheamus, Brawling Brutes, and Street Profits, the only people they announced in that one report.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know what pairing they'd run with it, but I'd like to see Training Day, like the scene where Denzel's at the end where he's like, yo, I run this shit, bro. Like I want to see that scene done. Like you could switch it up, but I want to see it. Or The Godfather is one of those.
Yeah, I can see that last scene with Biggie. I feel like Biggie the only one that can get the whole energy, the Denzel energy.
Oh my
God. All the people on the roster right now, at least.
Right. Now, I could see like Street Profits doing like Creed or something like that.
Okay.
That would be fire.
The new Creed?
Mm-hmm. Or any of them, honestly. It's been that long.
Yeah. I like to see Bianca Belair doing a Rapunzel parody. I think y'all get something fun out of that. Y'all seen the Fast X trailer. So just had John Cena just do old scene from Old Fast. Get some cross promotion going. It's a Universal film, Peacock, Universal, same shit.
It's right there.
Give me Dom and Rhea in a parody of the 40-year-old version.
Oh God. Yo, I want him to do the scene and when they was in the Circuit City and he was like, yo.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, give me somebody to parody the Kevin Hart scene.
Yo.
Oh man. Yo.
That's the one I was talking about.
But you know what?
I couldn't remember it.
Here's where they dropped the ball. Because they should still have Stokely to do that. Because Stokely the perfect dude.
Stokely and who?
Oh. Damn. That's a good question. Stokely and
Lashley. See, that's doing so much. You crossing into the territory that Dr. Umar would not approve of.
Yeah, we can't do all that. Nah, Stokely and like Tez or something like that.
I'm with it. I'll be with it. This one, Cody Rhodes and Imperium in a parody of Inglourious Bastards. If you know, you know.
Whatever scene is with it. If you're gonna do the scene where they're at the bar and everybody gets, if you're gonna do that one, you can do pretty much like any scene, and then you do the scene in the beginning with Shoshana, and I love it. Bro, that is one of my favorites right there.
Hell yeah.
Why should be something boring that just had Drew Mack remake the Braveheart joint?
Probably, bro. This was if they were running this back maybe 10 years ago. Nah, maybe 15 years ago, they would have done Django.
Oh.
Yo.
Hey, all right.
It's Candyland.
Hey, get you remember the scene they was trying on the masks? I can't see shit out this fucking thing. Yeah, like Lacey Evans and Braun Strowman and a couple of them motherfuckers do that scene.
Yeah.
Bring back Jackson Riker.
Nobody brought Michael Hayes. Extra bags.
You know what they need to do? They need to go get Damian Sandow back Him and Miz do Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh my God.
That's
I'm
on
messing
point.
with that. I think somebody should do Get Out. I don't know who. That's for them to figure out.
Get Roman to be Thanos in the Avengers.
I was gonna say something. I'm glad you cut me off because I was gonna clip this off, and I don't want to have that in there. So I'm gonna just move on. You remember wasn't Eugene in the Forrest Gump parody the first time around?
Yeah.
How'd they get away with that?
I don't know, man. I don't know how they got away with half the shit that they did.
I don't know how they got away with Eugene in general.
Right.
Bro.
It was just the right
and the
era.
fucked up part was like Eugene could actually get down. Like you saw him like in OVW and stuff like that. And, man was like a technical like genius. He gets to the main roster and Vince is like, I'm gonna do the most heinous, offensive shit and make you do this character. Like, bro.
They tripped out.
Y'all remember they forced him to shave his head too?
Oh man. And he was they poured that paint on him. DX poured that paint on him. And he had that on his gear for like 5 months or something straight.
Remember they turned his ass heel?
That was
now you making me hate a special needs guy. That's crazy.
Maybe that was the goal.
I mean, people already hated the gimmick in general, so I kind of see why they changed him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick Dinsmore, man.
He beat Kurt Angle for his gold medal. Never forget that.
Man, you know how many sponsors they would have lost if they did that shit nowadays?
Oh my God.
We would have right back to 1-800-COLLECT and Stacker 2, all that shit.
Yeah, man. No. It would have been a hell of trouble nowadays, man.
Hey, Mattel. I think Mattel their biggest sponsor, so that's a lot of money. They ain't gonna risk that.
Yeah, we can't do nothing to mess that up.
These motherfuckers sponsored by Cricket. I remember Cricket used to be trash.
Oh yeah, nobody was messing with that before.
I don't even know if Cricket is trash still. I don't want to find out.
Nah, I think they run off of like AT&T towers or AT&T towers. Yeah. So they got better. Like their customer service is shit though.
I bet.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I bet. Shout out to phone companies, man, and shout out to you niggas because you niggas.
Packing the air, this gas or what?
Peasants.
It is February, and we've already gotten 40% of the way of our quota. I told y'all I would only be giving y'all this honor 5 times this year, and this is the second time because I seen the video, man, and y'all know crazy. The person that I'm about to defend right now.
Oh Lord,
we haven't been like.
I have shit on this man's character, not his actual character, but his TV character for the last like 3-4 years, pretty much the whole life of this whole podcast. I've been shitting on this man.
Yep.
I've been shitting on this man's TV character long before that. Go check my archives on Twitter. 2010, 2011, around that era. 2014, y'all hated seeing this man show up in the Royal Rumble. I've shit on this man so much that I have given him the award, the honor of being the worst father of the year for the last 3 years running.
Yep.
Because it's well deserved. Your son has turned on you, and your son has been harassing you for the last like 7 months, Mr. Rey Mysterio. But you know what? I feel like you don't deserve to have sweaty. Hold on, let me take a swig of water right quick.
Let me clear my throat.
I feel like you don't deserve to be harassed by sweaty. I didn't even see what they look like. I assume they sweaty. I assume they got a beard that go down to here.
They was big dudes, so you know they was musty.
All right. They was big dudes. They definitely have beards that go down to here.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it was definitely musty and sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hold on, let me clear my throat again. Because it's getting serious right now.
Yeah. Your dad.
We all flown planes before, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know, that whole process of flying on a plane is just crazy. You get to the airport, you might have to get to the airport hella early in the morning, right? Sometimes you might be catching a red eye, especially if you're doing business stuff, like I assume Mr. Rey Mysterio was doing on a business flight. You don't had to deal with going through TSA. You don't had to deal with the long turbulent flight. You don't had to deal with the weather. You got to go get your bags checked. You still got to do all that stuff. And Mr. Rey Mysterio just want to get off the plane and go to wherever he was going to for work. Probably had to land for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Where was they at for SmackDown? You remember? It was South Carolina?
That
was last week.
No, Mohegan Sun. So there's
Mohegan Sun. Okay, so yeah, you done dropped down. You in the East Coast. You done came from like 2 time zones, 3 time zones, because you from California. So you done flew from California to the East Coast. You probably tired as hell being Rey Mysterio. You don't got no mask on. Because you think, I don't need a mask on. I'm traveling. I'm not at work. I'm not clocked in. I don't care.
Right.
People see me without my mask before. Rey Mysterio always travels without his mask, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine you just tired getting off the plane and you got a whole bunch of sweaty motherfuckers just walking up to you and putting a whole bunch of merch in your face to sign.
Hands full.
Bro, like,
Come
it's
on.
not even like, yo, I want you to sign my t-shirt. I want you to sign this action figure. Which he even admitted.
Sign all these Funko Pops for me.
Yeah, bro, because he even admitted during that video, he said, if you had 1 or 2 things, I'd sign it, I'd take a picture with you. Because they were like, oh, yeah, I've been a fan of you for years, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, how big of a fan are you shoving this stuff in his face?
To track this
and he
man
knows
down
damn well. Yeah, like, bro, and he know damn well y'all not going to keep this. Y'all not going to do anything with it. You're going to sell it on eBay. This is what CM Punk was talking to y'all about. He was like, hey, yo, y'all see me walking through the airport at 2 a.m. Y'all shoving this stuff in my face, wanted me to sign it just so y'all can sell it. That everybody thought, you know, oh, he working, oh, he cutting a promo. Like, nah, bro, like he dead serious. Because that's what they do. Like, there's a video of Liv Morgan, like, yo, they swarming her, had like 20, 30 things in her arm, and God bless her, she signed everything. But yo, y'all gotta stop that.
With that being said, you niggas bring that ass here.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Because y'all do this a lot. Y'all do this a lot. Y'all go harass these wrestlers in the airport, shoving merch in their face. How did you know Rey Mysterio was going to be at the airport at that time, at that exact moment, enough to have a whole bunch of Rey Mysterio merch to push in his face? We ain't even talked about that part.
Yeah, that's legit scary because
now it feels like you're stalking this man.
What type of info y'all getting out here that you know coordinates? Like,
bro, you know, longitude, latitude, all that.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah.
And y'all do this a lot. And I'm looking forward to the next time I have to give y'all the peasant of the week for another time. But right now, I ain't even going to elaborate any further. Y'all got me defending a guy that I've been shitting on. So I'm defending the man, Oscar.
Yo, yeah.
I'll be shitting on Ray.
Bro,
yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I love Rey Mysterio. I've been watching him for years. I watched his stuff in WCW.
Outside of the gimmick, I fucks with Ray.
Yeah, like I remember when he was with the Filthy Animals, he wasn't wearing the mask or whatever. I've
No
seen
Limit
all
Soldier.
that.
Thought I told you.
Yeah, I've seen all that, and he could have walked right past me, and like unmasked, and I wouldn't have been able to tell that's Rey Mysterio. That's how sick these people are.
Yeah, I wouldn't have realized it after a while. I would have been like, but the Gucci probably gave it away though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Rey Mysterio gonna get some Gucci.
He always, he gonna have something on him.
He put that shit on for real.
That's piss poor, man. That's really sad.
Yeah. Enough about y'all.
It's doubled up because you defending Ray, but at the same time, like my man just said, this is what CM Punk was talking about a decade ago, and now you done proved him right. So we got 2 people we gotta fucking
CM Punk been getting proven right a lot the last few months or so.
It's not good. It's not good.
This is bad. This is very.
We don't like to give Philip credit for shit down here.
Nah,
we have to because
sometimes broken clocks and things of that nature.
Yeah, twice a day.
Twice a day. Episode title.
Yeah.
Okay. Twice a day. Say less.
Say less.
And then what we got next week, man? I'm moving on. because I could talk about y'all all day. One more thing. I'm gonna just say one more thing. It's crazy because like I'll be feeling weird about saying anything to wrestlers at all when I see them. Because I'm out here in Vegas. I see wrestlers all the time just minding their own business.
Yeah.
Like I seen wrestlers in the mall. I told you I seen Brian Cage in the mall with his wife. He in the mall with his wife. I'm not gonna bother him.
Yeah, bro.
I felt weird enough just saying what's up to him. Like all I said was up to him, fist bumped him, went on my way. You with your wife. I'm not about to interrupt you.
Like, bro, and when you ask for a picture or an autograph, there's an etiquette to these things. And most wrestlers, most wrestlers don't mind signing, taking pictures or whatever. But if you walk up to somebody, you gotta decide like either or. Don't just be like, yo, I want both. Just be like, yo, can you take a picture?
Stop feeling entitled.
Can you sign this? Exactly. And and if they tell you no, just go on about your day. Don't get on Twitter talking about, yeah, man, whoever this is, like whatever wrestler this is, like is a real piece of shit. I saw one about like Xavier Woods. I'm like, bro, you know how much you got to bother Xavier Woods for him to tell you like, hey, I don't want to take a picture. I don't want to, sign anything. Like this man is like legitimately like probably one of the nicest guys in wrestling that you can ever meet. And for him to like tell you like, hey, bro, like I'm not trying to do that. You got to look at it. All right, who's the real bad guy? Is it you for pushing camera in his face when he has like off time with his kids and his wife when he's not working? Because even when this man is at home, he's working. He's doing up down down. He's doing all of his like his side things. He's doing his Twitch and all that. For you to walk up to him and like for him to kind of like bucket you, like you got to take a step back. Like, am I the bad guy here or what?
Yeah, I gotta keep these interactions short, sweet. Like I told you the day I met Byron, right? Because it was at Sheets, and it was like right around the corner from the venue.
Then Byron offered a picture from you.
Yeah, because I saw him in there because it was just him. He was in there. He was looking for some pickled eggs.
Yeah,
I'm like, my nigga,
he from Florida. He's from Florida. Let him slide.
Like,
he country.
But we was just chopping up about that because I'm like, I ain't never heard this shit before. He was like, what, man? Basically saying he's slapped. I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with all that. But we was just chopping it up. So it was like, yo, let's get a picture real quick. I'm like, bet. And that's
he's another guy. He's another guy that's like that. Like, yo, if you get to a point where you push him or he kind of like bucks at you, you got to look at yourself. Like, am I the bad guy? The only like I've had two like real interactions with, not like that, but with wrestlers or wrestling people. Like I remember I met Mauro Ranallo after I think it was Backlash in Richmond when AJ Styles won the title.
Mm-hmm.
He was just walking by and I was like, yo, Mauro, and he just like he talked for a bit and he just went on his way. I didn't ask for a picture because I'm like, bro, he looked like he wanted to get out of there, but he stopped and chopped it up for a little bit. And I met Earl Hebner one time at an independent like wrestling company where I was like training at, and like he talked to me for like 20 minutes. Like, bro, y'all gotta realize like if they're not like initiating the contact or whatever, or they feel like skittish or whatever, like you gotta let them go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's understandable. If you don't get outside, you don't know how to interact with people. So like a lot of stuff makes sense for y'all.
You can kind of tell by their demeanor. Like when I met Mick, like he was there because Lillian was doing announcing for PFL. So when they came to Long Island and when they was in New York, he came and he was showing support. But he came to the back because he was just talking to people. So I'm back there. We back there with the media people. I'm like, yo, let's go fucking talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Mick Foley too, man.
Yeah, he a real.
All I'm saying, you niggas, I got a message for y'all.
Even Roy Jones was forced to lean back.
Just take a step back, go outside, get some fresh air, touch some grass, all that.
Wash your ass.
Wash your ass too.
That's the main one.
Yeah, that's the prior. That's the number one priority.
I'm telling you, I never gonna forgive these motherfuckers because I had not had that issue until the last show I went to this past May, and I sat right down, right next to a musty ass fan. Never happened before.
The worst.
All the shows I went to.
The worst.
Crazy.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. Can I tell you? Can I clue y'all in on something real quick?
Shoot.
Last show I
Awesome.
went to, I was a little musty. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I felt bad too. I was like, damn.
Well, that's when you was wearing the suit.
Yeah, I had the suit on. It was in July in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Wasn't nothing that could be done to prevent that.
I'm about to say
I took the best preventative measures possible.
I'm about to say you stall him out for that one. Like
the difference between that and most shows that you go to or whatever when it's musty up in there, it's like at least you was trying and you were like you can't do anything about the heat and you're around all these other people, so this body. So if you put on deodorant and some body spray or whatever, you taking care of yourself. You got some of these motherfuckers that
don't go away.
Don't even use deodorant, bro. They don't even use deodorant. I went to what was the name of the show? Full Gear in Maryland back in what was it?
Yeah, I had some musty niggas at the AEW show I went to.
Bro, they was like it was ringing up in there, bro. Like I remember dude I was sitting next to, like my brother had never been to an AEW show. Me and my wife were supposed to go. Something happened. She wasn't able to go. So I hit my brother. I was like, yo, you want to go to the show? He was like, yeah, let's go. So we sit down. The guys who were sitting next to us, because usually, at wrestling shows, or the ones that everyone that I had been to before that, usually people that were around me, cool as hell, everybody, like, when we are talking to each other, it's never like in a condescending manner. Like I'm sitting down, I like to yell funny shit when the wrestlers are coming out or, during a match or whatever. I yelled something about one of the wrestlers, I forget who it was, and dude gave me a whole lecture on why this guy was doing whatever move he was doing, or like, yo, what was going on. Like I had never seen wrestling before. And this man was like leaning over to talk to me. And this man like singed my eyebrows with his breath. I was like, God damn, bro. Back up.
That's a hazard.
I don't even got a sound for that. I wasn't ready.
I was like, bro, as soon as it was over, I was like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, nigga was lecturing me about like WWE and like how them being better than AEW and stuff like that. And my man was wearing like an AJ Styles shirt. Not like his shirts when he was in like New Japan or TNA. This was like a fresh, like brand new AJ Styles shirt that just went up on the shop. I'm like, bro, don't give me a lecture. Look at what you got on. I'm wearing Los Ingobernables, bro. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and that's why we call them you niggas, because y'all like to do that too. Y'all act like y'all the only people to ever watch wrestling before. It's crazy. Man. Let's move on. We spent too much time talking about y'all, man. Monday Night Raw. I'm only gonna talk about a couple things from Raw. Lita came back. You've seen Lita show up. I didn't know. Apparently, there was rumors going around that she was around. I don't look at rumors. I'll be at work all day long. I don't really be looking at wrestling news, so I just be looking forward to when I'm off work. And when I'm off work, I get to watch wrestling right after that.
Thanks.
So Lita came back, cost Bayley her cage match versus Becky Lynch via distraction. So we're gonna see about that. I don't know. They're gonna just book a match for this week or push it to Mania. Mania makes more sense though.
Well, they might. I could see like if they want to do something with like her and Bayley one-on-one, but Elimination Chamber, they're gonna be in Canada. So Bayley got 3, Becky and Lita got 2. Could throw more in there at the PLE. So that could happen.
Yeah, we can do that. Elsewhere, I want to talk about this one. Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman.
Oof.
One, if we didn't already say we need to put a stick into that whole Sami Zayn WrestleMania thing, this did it right here.
Man,
we got tears, man. Paul Heyman was not crying, contrary to what y'all may believe. He was in the back smoking a joint with Rob Van Dam before the
show. Hey, yo, I like that.
Excuse me.
He's just that good.
Yeah, he's great. But no, the whole Cody Dusty Rhodes dynamic. I don't even know if that was a planned thing they just came up with, but apparently Paul Heyman is responsible for giving Dusty Rhodes a job that helped pay the bills, as they only had like $100 in the family bank account at one point. I think the biggest shock about that story was Paul Heyman paid somebody on time.
In
So that was
2000.
something.
in 2001, 2001.
Like,
Pay
bro,
somebody on time.
let me tell you something, man. He the reason why like he was able to pay that, you're like, yo, he wasn't paying Spike Dudley. He
Wasn't
wasn't
paying
paying
Tommy Dreamer.
He won't pay
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer like, hey man, look, y'all got yo man, you just
Yeah, I
got
can't pay y'all niggas. I can pay Dusty Rhodes though.
yeah, yo, I like, bro, he's dusty. Like, bro,
Right.
like a lot of them had
I
to
ain't-
like go without that, like whatever that month was. Like, yo, they was getting paid. I can assure you, for his payment, you had 10 wrestlers that were getting, they were gonna get $3, a slice of pizza, and like a
Handshake.
warm can of Yellow Mellow.
And I'll get y'all this
Straight
1-800
up.
collect calling card right here.
Oh man.
That's the best I can do.
And he took a gamble on that too, because you heard
did.
Tommy Dreamer talking. He almost ended the wrestling business
He did. He did.
Yo,
about that check.
Things worked out the way they worked out though. But the way this promo was, everybody that's had a job, especially black people, we've been in Cody Rhodes' position before. We just trying to come to work, pay our bills, do our job, and be successful. And you always got somebody that one motherfucker at your job trying to undercut you, hold you down, try to bring in some drama. Cody Rhodes said, man, I'm just trying to do my job and win a championship. And everybody just want to make it personal. But you know what? What DMX said? Niggas done started something. Y'all done started something. I'll see y'all at WrestleMania. That's all.
Personally.
So I definitely think you know the way we look at that promo between The Rock and Stone Cold before WrestleMania 17.
Right, yeah.
20 years from now, we looking at this promo the same way. When we look at Cody Rhodes' legacy, this is the one thing we're gonna bring. We're gonna bring up this promo more than we bring up the racism promo. I think he finally did something that's more memorable than the racism promo.
This gonna phase that out, and the more that's gonna be coming in the next 2 months.
I'm gonna let I think if he would have dropped that racism promo in WWE, I think a lot of people would have looked at it differently because like yo, the AEW fans are like they see past all that, so they weren't falling for Cody's promos and everything like that. Like they're not built like that. So when you were dropping that promo, everybody saw it was corny. Now, if you'd have dropped that promo in WWE, I think he would have gotten the praise for it.
I also think like in WWE they would have had somebody helping refine it a little bit.
I'm
more.
about to say they masters the spin, so you know that would have gotten in the spin cycle real quick.
Like, bro,
it'd be like, no, take this part out, say add this part. Like somebody would have worked with him on it. You don't have that in AEW.
Because they was just like, yo, he said I did that promo in front of a test group. And I don't know, who his test group was, but I'm like, bro, they let you down.
His test group was a bunch of people that look like my background.
and I love Cody, but that was like, yo, too much.
Yeah, he was tripping. But then we got another classic Paul Heyman promo on SmackDown. And Sami Zayn pulled up in the middle of it, had Paul Heyman tweaked. Because as you know, with nobody in the building in the bloodline, Roman wasn't there, Solo wasn't there. They didn't know Jey Uso was gonna show up. Jimmy Uso was getting ready for his match, and he was trying to focus on finding where his brother was at.
Yep.
Yo.
Pulled up on him, had him tweet, said, I'm gonna see you in Montreal at Elimination Chamber.
Like the way that they've like entertained both of these storylines with like running them on Raw and SmackDown, I've really enjoyed it because I feel like with the Cody promo that they had with him and Paul Heyman on Raw, it kind of woke a lot of people up. Like, yo, Cody is the guy that's going after the title. Like, yo, it's not Sammy. What Sammy got going on with Roman, that's cool right now. That's really cool. But this guy won the Rumble. This guy has all the steam behind him. It woke a lot of people up because a lot of people are just like, yo, well, I don't see why, why Sammy isn't facing him at WrestleMania. It's because, like, yo, the story that Sammy was telling, that Sammy had going along with Roman and the Bloodline and everything, never involved the title. He was never after the title. He never wanted a title shot. He never looked over at Roman with the titles like, hey, bro, what you got going on over there? Cody has always said, I want the titles. Day one since he came back. Day one at WrestleMania when he came back, he's like, yo, man, I'm gonna do this work with Seth. but I want the titles. That's never been Sammy's MO at all. His story has been basically him trying to fit in, find someone who accepts him, find someone who appreciates Sami Zayn for who he is.
That's why the tag
And that's the
storyline make
story.
more sense.
Yeah, like bro, like I think like it. I feel like somewhere along the line, they kind of had to add more to that tag team title storyline. Like if y'all do run it at WrestleMania, if they do run it, it has to be the main event of night one.
Oh yeah. And it's like the way these stories are broken up from Raw to SmackDown, it kind of feels like they're going down that road of, okay, so we're gonna have eventually splitting the titles up. One's going in this direction, one's going in that direction. It's like they're kind of setting themselves up for that. The other outside idea that it's like at this point you could throw it together and I don't think anybody will be mad is if you have all three of them running for the title on night 2 or whatever. But
I still would be mad at that because I feel like you take away from Cody moment when you do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Sammy, I don't want to say like he knows his place, but I think like, and he's comfortable because you should always, as a wrestler or any performer of anything, should always want more for yourself. But I think like he knows the role that he is meant to play in this whole story. I don't really think like behind the scenes, like, he's shaking the cage, like, yo, man, look, I need to go after the title because he did an interview with Ariel Helwani. Ariel Helwani asked him, he was like, do you ever see yourself being the face of WWE? Do you see yourself being the man that, they put the company behind you? And he said, I'm going to be realistic with you because, and that's something that I love about Sami Zayn. He was like, yo, I'm not going to ever be the face of the company. Like, I could have the title. I could go on Fallon. I could go on Jimmy Kimmel. I can do all the stuff that you want me to do, but I'm not the guy that you want to place the company on my shoulders. Now, for Sami Zayn, do I think like right now is the moment for him to have the titles? No, I don't think right now is his moment. I think him getting that moment for the titles in Montreal, I really like that, but I don't think now is when you put the title on him. Maybe have him pick up Money in the Bank, and somewhere along the line they want to split those titles. He could run after one of them, but I think it's Cody's moment.
Yeah, it is. And this match at Elimination Chamber is going to be bigger for them than Mania would honestly be because that's his hometown. That's his crowd. That's the loudest reception he could possibly get. WrestleMania is going to be loud for everybody. It's going to be different. It's going to be special for him in this match, even though we know what's going to happen. Because it ain't looking...
You know Roman like the king of them near falls, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, 2.9.
I can't wait for that one, man. I cannot wait to like, and it's crazy because like you know the energy you're gonna feel, and you just ready to feel that energy. So I can't wait for this Saturday. Let's talk about that while we talk about it, because Jey Uso also showed up to work, and it's crazy because Jimmy Uso couldn't get a hold of him. Then Jimmy Uso just like, oh no, he gonna be here, Us. I know it. And that's that twin shit. I talked about this on my Twitter. I said, man, that twin shit is crazy. Because soon as twins get close to each other, they just feel it. Like, on some real shit. Ask any twin that you know. And if you don't know any twins, like, all right, if you haven't been around twins or you haven't been around people who have shared a womb before, they so like this. It's so much synergy. Like, they can predict what the next person gonna do. And they ain't no like stereotypical stuff. That's literally the way shit works. So when Jimmy Uso said, "Oh no, he gonna be here," I knew he was gonna show up.
Yeah, man. Like I really enjoyed how they're playing this out. And they're still like Jay is like he showed up to defend the titles because that's what he's doing for his brother. And exactly, like he's like, yo, I'm here for you, but I'm not here for the rest of them, and especially like him going and talking to Sami Zayn like later on that night. Sami is like, I acknowledge you, and Jim and Jay kind of having to like come to grips with the fact like, yo, I'm really down with you.
Yeah, like, I mean the whole reason why he found himself in this position is because he was protecting his brother. That match he had with Roman in Hell in a Cell, where it's like, listen, you either you beat me, you become champion. If you lose, you got to fall in line. He wasn't quitting, And the only reason he did was because he started choking Jimmy. He's like, no, I'm gonna protect my brother. So he got stuck in this whole thing because he was looking out for his bro.
Hey, this will make a fire video essay.
Jimmy kind of dirty because Jimmy literally told him when he showed up and he was wearing a Nobody's Bitch shirt, he was like, hey man, look, Rome was choking you out. I'd have let him keep choking you out, bro. I'm not losing no titles. Like you can tell like Jay is willing to lay down his life for his brother. Jimmy, especially with that shot they got on SmackDown when Paul was like, hey, I'm gonna let you in on something. Like, yo, just next week, just chill at the house. I'm gonna let you know something. You gotta watch the show. Watch the show. And the shot that he has when he has both titles on his shoulders, he's looking at his shoulders. Paul's like already know what he's put into motion. I think Jimmy is gonna have to be the one to put down Jay. I think that's where they're going with this.
And you know what's crazy? We were saying all this time that Sammy was gonna get the Tommy treatment from Goodfellas. Little did I know all this time it was gonna be Jay. That's some crazy shit. That's a plot twist if I ever seen one.
For them to kind of like
best storyline on TV.
For them to lead it back around, I said this on our show. I said this whole storyline is like watching the Avengers movies, like when they had taken everything that they had laid down. You got all these Easter eggs, and they take away from they pull up something that they did in Ant-Man. They bring it across, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm. And they kind of bring up old stuff. That's what this storyline is like, and that's why I place it above anything they've done in the past 20 years. And I don't mean to put it above the Yes Movement and everything like that. I mean a story that has been storyline that they have done on purpose. Because let's be honest, Yes Movement was on a complete accident. The Yes Movement was like, yo, we fucked up. We gotta
I don't think they fucked up. I think the Yes Movement itself was organic. But whole thing, they had this man beat John Cena at SummerSlam for the title. Screw him over.
Batista. I mean them bringing in Batista and giving him the WrestleMania 30. They kind of had to fix that. I think this storyline, they had to fix that, and they kind of had to call an audible. I think this storyline being a planned storyline is the best planned storyline they've had in the past 20 years.
Oh yeah,
ever.
No
honestly, doubt. I would put it ever. Because even Attitude Era shit, I've never been this engaged.
Because of how long it's been going, I would say that.
Yeah, bro. Because a lot of people were looking at me sideways when I said I put this above the entirety of the NWO. I said I put this above everything that they did.
I do too.
And
Eric himself said it, so it's like.
Oh, see, if he's saying it, then it's for sure.
I got side eyes because they were like, well, they did this and they did that. I'm like, bro, the height of the NWO was Hulk Hogan coming in as the third man. They never did anything that topped him coming in as the third man. They had cool moments, they had cool matches, but you got to look at all the fails they had. Sold Out was ass. The cattle crawl, the finger poke of doom. There were so many times them having the match with Sting. Hulk Hogan wins. They run it back, and then they give Sting the win. There's so many garbage decisions that they made, but because you have nostalgia, you bought an NWO shirt when you were 10 years old. You're like, hey man, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. Bro, you gotta get the nostalgia out your mind, as well as recency bias, because some people are very biased on I just saw this movie, it's the greatest movie in the world. But this storyline, looking back, because I've done it in my mind, I'm like, bro, this is the best planned thing that they've done. 20 years.
Yeah, it's the best shit I see on TV, man. And I really like that we finally getting some logic here. Because I always said throughout this whole storyline, I'd be like, man, the Roman Reigns don't watch TV. The Usos don't be watching TV. So now that Paul Heyman was like, there's some shit that you see on TV you don't see live. So we see it all on TV because we watch it on TV.
Yeah, man.
Bro, and if you look at it, you look at how, like what you said, they watch TV, they listen to music, they watch movies. They've borrowed some stuff from movies and television. You got Sami Zayn out here quoting Stringer Bell on Twitter and Instagram.
That's crazy.
When I saw him do this, because I was like, I think
I gotta go find this.
Yesterday,
I didn't see that happen.
he quoted what was it? We ain't got a dream no more, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what happens after that. But but they have incorporated movies and music and television into the story and realism too, because the story of Sami Zayn, I don't want to go too much on this, but the story of Sami Zayn is extremely relatable. We all want to be accepted. We all want someone to look at us and say, "That's my guy." We all want that. We all want to sit at the cool kids table. We all want that. So that's why I feel like a lot of people gravitated towards Sami Zayn when he came out and started wanted to be part of the bloodline. I know I did.
Yeah. I can't understand people that try to
really
compare it.
Quoted The Wire. That's crazy.
Yeah, he did for sure. But I'm like, I can't understand people that want to compare this to Daniel Bryan. It's like, this is something completely different, bro. Like Daniel Bryan spent an entire year before that building his story, whether it was with John Cena, whether it was with Randy Orton. There was a whole calendar year of that built up. That was just like the next step is, okay, let's get him to Mania. Sammy has always been, a guy that people got behind, but like this next level just started a couple months ago when he was paired up with the biggest act on the TV. So it's like, you can't even, and not to mention Batista coming in off of Hollywood, fresh off of, a couple years out the game and getting pushed as the guy to win the Rumble, whereas Cody came back and did double overtime with Seth to make sure that, he put off a good main event. He earned it.
Yeah.
So y'all can't compare the two at all.
And the other thing is, I don't get why people online want for so bad for the audience to turn on Cody and just say, well, that was the big thing leading into the Royal Rumble. They were like, well, the fans are going to turn on Cody because they want Sami Zayn to win. Even Sami Zayn had to dress it with Ariel Helwani. He was like, yo, look, if we do it right, the fans will love it. And they did it right, and the fans loved it. I don't get the obsession with wanting the fans to hate what Cody's got going on. And like, the people are just, you got some people who are just unhappy with anything that goes on, because like you got people comparing this to Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, their storyline in New Japan. And I'm like, this is nothing like, everything they had going on with the Bullet Club and all that. People are saying, like, oh, they stole this from this person, they stole this from that person. I'm like, bro, first off, Bullet Club aren't family. Second off, Roman Reigns appointed himself the leader of the Bloodline because he was running that shit from the beginning. Kenny Omega didn't have control of the Bullet Club from the beginning. He put out AJ Styles to get control of the Bullet Club. Roman didn't put out anybody to get control of the Bloodline. There's so many differences, but people just want to just smash on it.
Yeah. And they said everybody's going to turn on Cody at the Rumble. Yeah. He got one of the biggest receptions of the night.
Yeah.
And
I don't hear this backlash y'all speak of, sir.
So I'm saying, and they did the best possible thing when the end of that show, when Roman and everybody just started beating up Sammy, he started getting that heat from back. Like, we come in full circle with Roman because he's getting that heat from back in 2017 where they wasn't trying to fuck with him because he beating the hell out of Sammy. And my God, what he gonna do to Sammy at Elimination Chamber? That's gonna take it up a whole nother notch. You said it already. It's gonna be uncomfortable what they do.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real big uncomfortable energy.
100% agree with that, because he's getting his from when he turned heel, it's always he's getting the opposite reaction that he wants. When he was babyface, they booed him. Now that he's a heel, for a majority of his heel run, he's gotten cheered up until Sammy, he turned on him and beat the living shit out of him. So I feel like he's finally where he wants to be, firmly where he wants to be. And when someone is in the driver's seat, they have everything going on with them, you're gonna get the best performance that you ever gotten out of Roman Reigns, not only at Elimination Chamber, but he's gonna turn it up a notch when he has to go up against Cody.
Yeah, I can't wait. Speaking of Elimination Chamber, let's talk about it, man. We got some predictions. It's 4 matches so far. They might announce 1 or 2. Maybe. I don't know where they will fit it in at. Hopefully it's not as long as a Rumble was. Talk about that.
Yeah.
That was pretty long.
I'm glad they did it on a Saturday, because if I had to get up at work, because I get up sometimes at 5:50 or something like that to get ready. So that would have killed me.
It would have threw me off too. We got these 4 matches, 2 title matches, 2 chambers. It's I love the chamber match, man. So I can't wait to see what they do. For the U.S. title, Austin Theory is putting his championship on the line inside the chamber versus Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed. Oh yeah, and then yeah, and then to close that out, Montez Ford and Damian Priest. I'm messing with it. Who got this? Who's going to WrestleMania as a U.S. champion?
I think Seth is in there too, right?
Yeah, I said so.
Okay, yeah.
I think it might be Austin Theory. I think they might push it through and have him defended against whoever. I don't see Bobby. I think they're probably gonna run it back a third time. But yeah, man, I think it might be Austin Theory.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what Austin Theory got lined up at Mania. Mm-hmm. So it's time. It's about that time.
And you can kind of do the process of elimination, because I don't think it'll be Seth, because Seth got Logan Paul, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll be damned if Johnny Gargano or Bronson Reed winning anything while I'm watching it.
My heart wants Montez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I need that.
The fact that this is taking place in Black History Month, I'm saying Montez too. But I don't think that's how it's gonna go. But yeah, when he hit that frog splash off the top of that pod, that's gonna go crazy.
Woo.
You know that's coming.
Big facts.
Listen.
Big facts.
Oh, yes.
And that's probably the reason Bronson Reed in the match too. He got to hit that splash off the pod.
Tsunami.
Oh my God!
Why you don't like Johnny though?
I've never cared for Johnny Gargano when he was in NXT, and then they started doing the way stuff, and that stuff was entertaining. I started liking him a little bit, and then he left, and he came back, and then that whole thing with the Miz just turned me off of him all the way again. So I ain't rocking with it.
I agree with. I agree with that.
I 100% feel you. So I feel like when they had the Dexter Lumis stuff going on, that storyline was running hot for a minute, and they kind of they had it going for too long, and they added in there that he owes him money and he's trying to duck him, and they had 4 matches. I'm like, bro, you could have had
Dexter can't fight his own battles.
Yeah, you could have Dexter come in there and be like a serial killer, have him run that vibe, but instead you kind of make him look like a doofus. You know what I mean?
It was a little too goofy. Yeah, that's what I agree. Johnny Gargano, he's also a Disney adult, so I feel I have my own personal feelings about Disney adults, not necessarily just him and Candace.
I don't blame you. It's just I seen a video of not them, not Candace and Johnny, but you have people in their 40s crying when the pandemic happened because they couldn't go to Disneyland every weekend.
Shit like that.
I'm like, bro, you got kids. You're paying taxes. Bro, you got a mortgage. You got to get up and go to work every morning. Bro, you're crying because you can't go take pictures with Donald and Minnie and Goofy and Mickey every week. Bro, come on with that shit, bro.
It's not that deep.
You grown, man.
It's not that deep.
Go get a costume off Amazon or something. Wear it, and you can live out your fantasies that way. It wasn't that big of a deal.
I love Disney too, but it was never that deep for me.
Bro, same. Disney cool, it's whatever. I'll rock. I would be excited to go to Disneyland and Disney World. I've never been.
I'm not shedding tears over an amusement park though.
Yes,
big fact, especially you look back at Walt Disney's track record, you wouldn't want any of us.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's a good segue into the next match.
Bro, I don't want to cut you off. But
you good? You good?
I really
plug yourself real quick, man.
Oh, okay. I got you, bro. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at Enemies PE3. You can subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/Public Enemies. And if you're lazy like I am, you can go to the Twitter at the Enemies PE3, click on the link tree, and it'll give you a list of everything that we got going on. You can follow me on my Twitter at _the son of Mars _ I also have TikTok, same name. But thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I'll be honest with you, we don't get a lot of invites to do stuff. So when people reach out to us, I'm very honored. I'm very happy to do it. And like it just, just warms my heart, especially if you guys inviting, us on during Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you guys.
And appreciate you for coming on,
through.
man. You take
No
care.
doubt.
Be safe out there. And enjoy the game if you're gonna watch it, all that.
Hey, fly Eagles fly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Brody.
Salute. I think we know who you want to win.
Facts. I got my parlay set. This might be my last one for the year.
We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but let's move on. In the women's chamber for the Raw Women's Championship, #1 contender at WrestleMania, Bianca Belair. She came out there talking her shit on Monday too. By the way, I love seeing that. I needed that. I needed that. She kind of been missing that for the last couple months. Like I ain't seen that.
Yeah.
Ever since she got done with Damage Control, she ain't came out there throwing her weight around. So yeah, I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Let them motherfuckers know who you are. Asuka, Raquel. Damn it, I always forget what her new name is. I never put her new last name because I always forget. It's Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Okay. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, my girl Natty, and Nikki Cross and Carmella. Who you got winning this one?
There's only one answer. You gotta get. I need Asuka, Bianca. I needed to close night one if we don't have like Roman working double duty. Like, I need that because we already said it. Like the reception she got when she came back with that gimmick, plus somebody that I don't think her and Bianca. I don't think they've had like a proper singles match yet. But listen, they definitely haven't had it at Mania. And we could take a little bit of a break, a little segue from Bianca running down the 4 horsewomen list. She done knocked half of them off already. So, I mean, we could take a little break and do something different because every one of them looking like it's going to be pretty much occupied. Becky got Bayley. Charlotte's going to have Rhea. So, I mean, listen, we got time to work this out.
Yeah.
But that between the two of them is going to be something real fire. You know what I'm saying? Bianca then had the title since last year at Mania. She's running like one of the best Raw Women's Championship runs that there's been, since since Becky. And listen, I won't be mad if she loses the title here. She's not gonna lose any steam from it, but I just want to see it go down. You know what I'm saying? They gotta run the ones.
I agree. We've never had Bianca or Asuka face each other on a pay-per-view before, or PLE rather. I think the only time they faced off, I'm gonna go scroll back down here. 2 matches last May on Raw. Okay. One match was a no contest. Somebody probably interfered in that. It was only a couple minutes long. They faced off again about 2 weeks later, 13 minutes. Got a lot of time on TV, but we never had a title match, and we never had it proper. I want to go run back that one longer match, and and check for chemistry vibes.
Yeah,
because they really put something together, and they get time to really go out there on a big stage. They can make some work happen. So I want to see Asuka win it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. None of the other choices make sense.
Yeah, she was in that triple threat with them. Last year.
Yeah, she was.
That Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Which was fire. So, case in point again, it's 1-on-1 at Mania. I need it.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a chemistry vibe check and see what that's hitting on. But yeah, the rest of these choices, not it.
Right.
You might have could have put Sonya in there. I wouldn't have been mad at that. I don't know who you take out. Maybe Mela, maybe Natty. I understand the purposes of having Natty in these matches all the time because she's a vet.
It doesn't matter.
It matters sometimes.
We don't need her. Yeah, y'all put her in there because it's y'all in Montreal. You're in Canada, which she's not even from Montreal, so that don't make sense. So
neither was Bray.
It's right. So it's like
None of that family is from Montreal. They're not even from. I don't know my I don't know my damn geography. What's the Quebec?
Yeah,
they're not even from Quebec. They're from Alberta.
Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Calgary. From Calgary.
So Calgary. Oh yeah, she's from Calgary. One of them is from Edmonton, but yeah, man, like it's Canada. You need Canadian wrestlers. That's why Sammy's getting the main event. Like it's just what y'all do. So we don't need Natty. But like I said last week, exactly. Like I said last week, I'm not gonna get mad. I haven't seen Natty in close to a year, and it's been blissful. So it is what it is.
It's been more recent than that. I swear she was just at like Survivor Series or something. Maybe like right before that.
She might have been. I was thinking about it though.
We'll move on.
It's not frequent.
Speaking of Canadians, Edge and Mrs. Edge, Beth Phoenix, taking on the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. I think the only time we see Edge or Beth Phoenix nowadays is when they teaming with each other.
Basically.
Once a year. I think the last time we seen them was at the Rumble last year.
Yeah.
Versus the Mizanins.
Yep.
Yeah. So last time we seen them
wasn't in
together,
the Rumble matches.
Nah, odd. I would have loved to see them both of them in the Rumbles this year, but they did show up and they was ready for the smoke. Well, Edge was in the Rumble. Beth was not.
Yeah. Well, last year I meant.
Yeah, last year. So yeah, they with the smoke, and I seen Beth lifting on Instagram the other day.
She ain't playing with y'all.
A lot of beef.
Yeah, man.
A lot of beef. So Beth and Rhea, listen, I know this don't technically apply, but
it's okay.
It applies.
It applies. Big meaty man slapping me.
But women though. But for the women.
I'm in for that.
A lot of meat bumping going on. Who you got winning this?
Just because I don't think it's gonna affect any momentum, probably Edge and Beth.
Yeah.
Because there's still the Edge and Finn story in there. And I don't know how that's gonna end, if it's gonna end here or if they gotta have the blow off at Mania, but it's gonna be they're gonna get their lick back.
Yeah. I could see them doing like a no holds barred or a cage or something with Finn and Edge, but I see Finn taking the pin here. You don't want Rhea Ripley taking a pinfall to a semi-retired Hall of Famer a month before Mania. Yeah. So
yeah, there was all these rumors that Finn and Edge were supposed to have a Hell in a Cell match at the Rumble. That would have been fire. I mean, the show was already dope, but that would have like set it all the way off.
Yeah, it would have been crazy.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how this is going to end between the two of them, but like, yeah, like you said, Rhea don't need to take this L. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a double turn at Mania with the way that this is setting up. Because that interview that Charlotte did on SmackDown is kind of like writing a little bit on the wall, because you seen the heel coming out. Because she's self-aware. You know what I'm saying? As much as every Charlotte hater got to acknowledge, she's smart, she's self-aware. She knows that a babyface run is not sustainable. So at some point in time, she got to kick back and do what she does best. And if Rhea's getting this groundswell of support from everybody, even though she's a heel, it just makes sense.
Yeah. So I could see that happening. I already told you I see Rhea Ripley just slowly gravitating away from the Judgment Day and doing her own thing. Maybe as soon as WrestleMania, she's going into SmackDown, winning the SmackDown title, leaving the rest of the guys over on Raw to do their thing, which is honestly the smartest decision, I think, personally, too.
Yeah, it is.
And in our main event, we talked about this one. Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. I don't think we need to spend more time on this. We've talked about this a lot already. We already know what's going to happen.
Of course.
Mr. King of the Near Falls, Roman Reigns.
Man.
That's the whole energy around this match is what I'm looking forward to the most, because we already know what the results going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, man.
His thing.
And you touched on this like last week. This whole thing with Jay being like the wild card and all of it is really, people gonna get their hearts broken because they're gonna see Jay and they're gonna get excited, like, oh shit. Especially, and they made it worse because
we're not expecting them.
They setting Jay up for execution next week and Jimmy. But when we gonna get to next week, 2 days before or a day before Elimination Chamber, we're gonna see a swerve happen, or something gonna go down. And I honestly just found out today, Jimmy and Jay cleared to show up in Canada. So
okay.
So Jay's gonna show up and everybody gonna get excited.
So what you saying is Mr. DJ Paul did what he be doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, at it again.
I love it.
So it's like you're gonna see Jay get excited, and then we're gonna be like, yeah, family come first, homie. Family come first.
Real.
That's gonna be where the heat is gonna get nuclear for Roman, which, like we said before, it sets it up perfectly for Cody because Cody is not exactly losing momentum because of Sammy. He's still staying right where he's at. But the object now is you gotta make Roman be that villain. And the best way for him to do that is to beat y'all favorite right now into a point where it's like they're gonna be willing to riot. And in his hometown, his friends, his family, he already talked about it last week. He said, I wanna break you in front of all your people. So once he breaks him in front of all his people, we're not gonna have people cheering when Roman shows up no more.
Yeah.
We're going to get like Triple H in 03 heat. And that's perfect.
Yeah. It's what the games have been missing.
Hell yeah.
So I can't wait for that. Elsewhere, this one, it hasn't been made official, though. So that's why I didn't include it with the other matches. I don't even know if it's going to happen at Elimination Chamber. They said it was. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar set a date for Elimination Chamber. It's nothing official yet.
I don't think it's going to.
Assuming they do fight, who you got in?
It's probably going to be Brock. Actually, no, I'm lying. It's going to be Bobby. Because it's been talked about, but I see it
back in business.
Yeah, and we flipping Bobby back heel again.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't lose this. If you setting him up to do this again, can't have him take it out. But my thing is, it's like, I don't know why we don't just wait for Mania. Like, we don't need to rush it. Elimination Chamber is not that deep.
Nah, here's what I see happening. I see them scheduling a match, having them run an angle at the show, and the match never takes place. And then they push it to Mania, which makes more sense. You help get more eyes on the Chamber. If you be like, oh, Brock and Bobby showing up. Like, I don't think they having a problem selling tickets. Like, you got Sami Zayn in the main event. It's probably sold out, legit.
Exactly.
But you get more eyes on it. You get more subs to the Peacock. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know how these streaming services do. They offer them specials for new people. Be like, you get 3 months if you subscribe for this, which means you get to watch WrestleMania 2.
Listen, they was giving away network for free at one point.
They was. For
there's a whole section of people
months.
who have not paid a dime to watch a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Legit.
Every year. So it's smart, I guess. So I'm ready to see that whenever they have this match. And y'all can have it in the fight pit because that makes the most sense. And have it in LA.
Gotcha. Yes.
If you really gonna have it, do it that same way. But
exactly,
we've reached the end here. I don't know how long we've been running.
A little bit.
A little bit,
yeah.
I think it's that time to plug them socials, Reek.
Yes, sir. Y'all can find me at Recover24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Y'all can go check out the Havoc Hour, where I talk sports and entertainment. It's currently on ice right now because I have another project coming on, but that all the same streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, including YouTube. But like I said, I'm working on my new podcast for the Lehigh Valley basketball team, Lehigh Valley Legends. Working on the name right now. So that post is up on my Instagram too, if you check the stories. So got that in motion right now. So stay tuned for it. But all that info, all that content is up right now. So you can check that out. And the Instagram page, _the Havoc Hour _ if you want to check out some content up there too.
We almost crept in that players fuck up territory.
Oh man,
We recovered. Hey, I am the thespian TC Fontaine. If you want to follow me on Instagram at tc.fontaine, you can. If you want to follow my photography page on Instagram, foy.flicks. And follow Young Kings Wrestling everywhere at YK Wrestling, YKWrestling.com, Young Kings Wrestling on YouTube. I think it's at YK Wrestling on YouTube too. So it's youtube.com/@YK Wrestling. It'll take you right to the page. Subscribe. Got some content up there. New stuff. Episode clips, fan footage, reactions. We should do another episode of Raw Reactions.
I'm with it.
Since it's Black History Month, we should do the first ever Black History main event at WrestleMania. We should do that at some point.
Yeah,
maybe next week. Let's do that next week.
Oh yeah, let's get that up.
Get that out the way. And I have nothing else, man, for y'all. Who you got winning the game? You got the Eagles?
I got Philly by a couple scores, honestly.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, man.
See, I was thinking about it. I got a little bit of time. I got about an hour or so to put in another parlay. So I'm thinking about doing it. Not a parlay, but maybe a straight bet. But yeah, I took the Chiefs, man, you know, because I got that feeling. Like, I got that same feeling that I had. And I would be very hypocritical if I'm that type of person to be like, man, y'all don't bet against Tom Brady. And then to go and bet against Pat Mahomes years later. Like, I would be very hypocritical to do that. Pat Mahomes, he's been there before. I think you got 2 weeks to prepare for Jalen Hurts and watch a lot of footage. I think you can rally your defensive unit real well. We got some news.
Bro, they did it again.
What happened? We still recording. What happened?
These same niggas that ran up on Rey Mysterio ran up on Liv too, bro.
All right, never mind. I'm not even gonna talk about that. I thought it was something important. I thought it was something important. Back to my football discussion. And we saved the football talk for the end of the show, y'all.
Yeah.
So appreciate y'all. I know that timer is running. But
it's okay, he'll be all right.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes, man, I can't bet against him. He's been there before. You get 2 weeks to prepare for Jalen Hurts and find a way to rattle him.
They could.
Just got to go against that defense. Like, make the defense win the game.
I don't know if they got enough to run, because like if they can't stop Jalen and them from scoring, they don't got enough horses to run that. You know what I'm saying? They got too many receivers, running backs, everything. Jalen can run. Like, if y'all don't shut that shit down on defense, even with Pat, even if his ankle good, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they got the home run hitter. They don't got Tyreek Hill no more. Like,
nah.
They got Kelsey, you know what I'm saying? But he can only do so much for you. Like, the rest of that squad is just like, they decent, but they ain't really knocking nobody's socks off like that.
Nah. So I'm with it. I'm actually pulling up my app right now, trying to see what these tickets is hitting on.
I might hedge. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it too. I definitely hedged KC versus the Bengals a couple weeks back too. So I had to do that. But till next time,
another one.
We're gonna be here for another one. It's Young Kings Wrestling, and we gone. Adios.
Peace.